Hello and welcome to GRE Mnemonics video number 17, a quick recap of video number 16. Supporters of the hair dye movement were sent to jail. The jail was on top of a damn table mountain, which was unconquerable. Only those who could rise and see the sun were allowed to be released and find work near the sea. The fishing area near the sea was dominated by a shark, which wore a fish face mask to trick the fishes. Shark liver oil often used in cosmetic industry. So a nearby salon had a computer where commands were given to a beautification machine. All right, so let us learn and understand today's set of GRE words using this short story. A city called Dens had a fence. Pud the dog and Limp the lamb were habitual fence tripping offenders, and often they never were ashamed of their rude behavior. All of them were favorite pet of the princess Pony. She enjoyed no punishment despite chewing gum in school. The princess's father was building a giant glowing candy statue for her daughter. The statue was guarded by a noble who had used cars in wars for the first time, and he had lost his inferior crown in a fishing net. The noble's brother was a corporal in the US Marine Corps when the Pearl Harbor attack took place. So let us understand the words individually. Impudence, clue. Pud the dog and Limp the lamb were shameless offenders. Impudence means offensively bold behavior. Visualize, the fence tripping offenders were never ashamed of their behavior. It comes from the Latin word impudentia, as in shamelessness. His arrogance and impudence had offended many. In this example, his arrogance and rude behavior had offended many. Impunity, clue, no punishment for Pony Princess. Impunity means freedom from punishment or harm. Visualize, the princess is exempted from punishment. It comes from the Latin word impunitas, which means unpunished. The impunity enjoyed by military officers implicated in civilian killings. In this example, in a certain country where civil war took place, the military officers enjoyed freedom from punishment. This gave them freedom to kill the civilians. Incandescence, clue, glowing candy and firefly. Incandescence means in the state of being white. Visualize the glowing statue in the furnace. The firefly, the statue, charcoal behind, are in a glowing state. The meteor is seen in lively incandescence before it is consumed in a fraction of a second. In this example, a meteor is seen in a glowing stage before it vanishes. Coronet, clue, noble with crown in net. Coronet means inferior crown, denoting a rank less than sovereign. It comes from the old French coronet, as in small crown. It also means a ring of bone at the base of a deer's antler. It also means a band of tissue where the hoofs grows. Visualize coronet, a crown in a net of the noble who had used cars in wars. Coronet. Wearing a golden coronet as a princess, she was present at the coronation of her parents. In this example, the princess attended the crown-wearing ceremony of her parents, and she wore a crown for the princess, unlike the king and queen. Corporal, clue, soldiers below officer rank. Corporal means a rank of personnel below officer rank. It comes from the Latin corpus, relating to human body. It also means a petty officer. Non-commissioned officer in the armed forces, who is above lance corporal and below sergeant. Visualize corporal. It is a rank of a personnel below officer ranks. The quality of the army's leaders from corporal to general determines the outcome of ground combat. In this example, the quality of the non-officer ranks to the officer ranks determines the outcome of a battle. Time for quiz. Do you remember the word which means freedom from punishment or harm, exemption from injury, suffering, or discomfort? Do you remember the meaning for the word coronet? Do you remember the word as well as the meaning associated with this mnemonic? I hope you got all three of them right. In case you haven't, watch the video again. Let us know about your experience here till we meet next with our next set of theory words. Thank you.